Ну что же, уважаемые телезрители, это было зрелищное начало юбилейного 10-го турнира «Время новых героев» на телеканале М1 Global. И продолжит наш турнир следующий поединок в легчайшей весовой категории. В синий угол клетки приглашается Islambek Yuldashev!
You're watching MMA Series 15, Time of New Heroes, live from St. Petersburg. Our first fighter coming down here for bout number 2, Islambek Yuldashev. This is a bantamweight contest and Yuldashev has a record of 1 win and no defeats. He's not fought since that first debut fight in March 2018. And that was a submission by rear naked choke in round number 2. You heard me say at the end of that first fight we just watched, Jurayev won with a rear naked choke, that the rear naked choke is known as the king of submissions. The reason being for that, if you look at stats from the beginning of time and you look at generally over every year, 50% approximately of MMA fights are finished by submission, and 50% of those submissions are actually the rear naked choke. So a high percentage of time should be spent in the gym working on getting to the back and getting that choke, as it's so high percentage. And there you go, the name obviously fits the king of submissions. So can Islambek Yuldashev repeat his debut win with another one?
А в красный угол клетки приглашается его соперник из города Санкт-Петербург. Встречайте, Дмитрий Яковлев!
So the second fighter making his way down for this bantamweight contest to take on the man from Kyrgyzstan. Here is a Russian local, Dmitriy Yakovlev. Yakovlev making his debut here as a professional on the MMA series. But as we've discussed over and over again on these events, the majority of these fighters have got such a long history in combat sambo, which is so close to mixed martial arts, sambo, and also in amateur mixed martial arts. There's a good amateur base in Russia for mixed martial arts.
Дамы и господа, это турнир ММА серии 15, время новых героев, и мы рады представить вашему вниманию второй бой вечера в легчайшей весовой категории. В синем углу клетки из города Санкт-Петербург. Ему 21 год, в его арсенале 1 победа. Представляет клуб «Капитан». Встречайте, Islambek Yuldashev! А противостоять ему будет боец из красного угла клетки, из города Санкт-Петербург. Представляет клуб «Фавор». Ему 20 лет. Сегодня состоится его профессиональный дебют. Встречайте, Дмитрий Яковлев! Рефери в клетке Евгений Ли.
Бойцы на середину. Помним про правила. Слушаем мои команды, деремся честно. Пожали руки. По углам.
You're watching MMA Series 15, Time of New Heroes. This is bout number 2 between, in the blue corner, Yuldashev, red corner, Yakovlev.
Судья. 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 Время. Готов?
Yuldashev looking to race out from the blocks there. Touch of gloves and the action begins. Yuldashev slipping side, high kick, looking to close down Yakovlev early on. Yakovlev dummied there for a spinning attempt. Looping right hand and a high kick from Yuldashev. Both looking for reactions here early on off their opponents. Nothing much to say in height. difference, 170 centimeters. Fairly tall for bantamweights, these two. Does suit the kicking style again. You can see the feints there, looking for Yakovlev to do a spinning kick. He seems to come back with the punches there. That's the one he's been looking for. Done with that a couple of times there, the little feints. As Yuldashev looks to bounce off the cage, comes back with punches. Hand to the floor and a spinning head kick. Very sort of capoeira-esque. Nice catch and trip. Yuldashev, you can see there on the stats, just a little more accurate of the two. Yakovlev not really got his distance in yet. You see there, again, throwing a couple of punches, but well out of distance. Nice shots there, left hand, looping right hand again. Just falls short after it. And that's a spinning head kick. So we've not seen any dummies there, but the one he did throw was on the button. Well-timed shot there from Islambek Yuldashev. Definitely of the two, you see Yuldashev has got his distance in early on. As he switches levels, and he's got the takedown. Good work there from Yakovlev getting the guard. Knees coming in. So watch for Yuldashev now to try to work his arms free. As he pushes back to the fence. He'll want to try to make distance, and then he can work the strikes and he can break that grip with the legs, the closed guard grip. At the moment, Yakovlev just holding on. Opens up the guard. Is he looking to try to work up? He can use the fence to turn the angle. He needs to turn a 90-degree angle to get his legs up high. Start to threaten with submissions. But they see a posture from Yuldashev, who's looking to get his arms free.
Stop.
So the referee wanted more action. He stopped the action, stood the fighters back up. That is the referee's decision. If the referee thinks the action's not going, or they're not better in the position or working from that position, he can stand them back up and keep the action going. You're watching MMA Series 15, Time of New Heroes. Yuldashev is in the blue with the blue tape on his gloves, and Yakovlev in the red. For me so far, Yuldashev just more accurate, a better variety of shots, and a beautiful takedown. Close the distance there, again looping with the shots. Yuldashev's happy to let go of shots because he's happy to clinch afterwards, and there again, gets the takedown into top half guard. Top half guard, a good position for mixed martial arts. Locked into position. You can get some good power into the strikes. You can look to pin down the arm of Yakovlev if he turns into him. At the moment, he's staying quite flat. There, he's starting to turn in now. Watch to see if he pins that right arm as it goes to the floor of Yakovlev. Yakovlev using the legs and the arms to keep Yuldashev close as he gets back to the full guard and works elbows from that guard. 20 seconds left in this first round. Our second bout here on MMA Series 15. A dying seconds to open up the guard there. Will he look to try and get a sweep, try to finish on top as the seconds die out? And that is the end of round number 1. For me, Islambek Yuldashev scored 2 takedowns, much more accurate striking, and probably a higher volume of strikes. We'll wait to see the official stats. Let's have a look. See 23 from Yuldashev, 30. So the accuracy, again, more thrown by Yakovlev, but Yuldashev landing on. This was the big takedown. Pick up, turn. And well done for getting back to the guard from Yakovlev, but that was a one-sided first round for me to the red corner. For those watching at home and scoring on the Clash TV app, clap for your favourite fighters, give us your opinions and ask those questions. So, I've got a question from the Clash TV app. How rusty might this guy be? He's not fought now since March 2018, but he's looked very accurate with his shots, and I think the thing we've seen with MMA series, it's great that we're getting these fights through this difficult time, but it's difficult for the fighters who no one has really been too active. This is one of the only opportunities they have around the world to keep active, keep fighting. So I think a lot will be down to the work they've done in the gym, the sparring, how do the guidelines allow you to spar fully and to keep that timing on point. I would suggest that Yuldashev doesn't look rusty at all. To land that spinning hook kick early on, I think shows the measure of his timing, and he's definitely, for me, looking very good. As we get back to round number 2, Yuldashev blue tape, Yakovlev red, and Yakovlev's come out a bit more assertive for this round, trying to back up Yuldashev. That time he closed down the distance, and that was a nice takedown off the spinning attempt. He saw it coming, spinning around for the armbar. He's got overturned, belly down armbar now. Can he finish this? He's turned him over. In that spider's web position, he needs to break the hands. He's rolling, he's got a nice tight grip. The head is now in. There from Yuldashev, defending well. And that was a good defence, perfect defence as he moved the head round the leg. And now he's back into the full guard, but that was a close attempt there from Yakovlev. Yakovlev definitely had a good word from his corner between rounds, because he's come out much more assertive with exactly the right game plan there. When the spinning attempt came, close the distance, get the takedown, and he went straight for the spinning armbar. Islambek Yuldashev now on top in the full guard of Dmitriy Yakovlev. Yuldashev there, working to throw the shoulders in, trying to get the arms clear. Again, the referee, I think, making the right choice there to stand the action up. Yakovlev is really tying up from underneath. He's using a closed guard, feet locked together, and just holding on to the arms. It's difficult to get those arms out. It's much more difficult in mixed martial arts with the gloves and tape than it is in submission wrestling. Front headlock here, working the guillotine. Yuldashev goes down to his knees. Now Yakovlev's got both arms over, way too high up to attack anything on the neck. He's just holding on round the waist now. In that position, you really want to be one arm under, one arm over. You don't want both arms around the waist. It's not really a good attacking position. You can't really attack for the neck, and if you're wanting to go around the back, it's good to attack for the neck with a front headlock or an arm in guillotine, anaconda style Darce attack. So any of those sort of combinations of front headlock attacks, which will make your opponent then grab for your gloves to defend, which gives you the opportunity to go around the back. By just grabbing over the waist, you're not really threatening anything much, and this has given Yuldashev the opportunity then to get on top and start to work from his top position, albeit in full guard again of Dmitriy Yakovlev. Using the head, but still not managing to get those arms clear from this position. The referee will be looking on carefully because it does stall the action. And the full guard, the closed guard, is not a favourable position for me in mixed martial arts. I don't like my fighters to sit for too long. It's good to use that closed guard to hold someone close to you, to pull them in, but then you want to start to work, try to get the legs up, or try to be at least looking for a finish, not just sitting in that closed position. So again, good work from the referee, standing them back up and keeping the action going for us at home, enjoying this fight. Yakovlev comes forward with lefts and rights. Doesn't settle into a stance, Yakovlev. Seems to switch southpaw orthodox. That was a bad attempt there. It was a sacrifice throw from Yuldashev. Gave up the position. Now the back. And Yuldashev took that opportunity there in the scramble as Yakovlev turned his back. And now are we going to see a finish? He's only around one leg. He's not got the two hooks in. And Yakovlev did the right thing there. Got his shoulders to the mat. And now he's turning in. But again, gives up the position and chest to back now from Yuldashev. You see that he only had the top hook in, which allows the movement of your partner who got across the top and into side control. So a much better round there from Dmitriy Yakovlev. Close round there. You see the left hand has been landing for Yuldashev, but then he comes back with the right, doesn't quite answer. Just a little bit short, but there's the armbar attempt. Again, a close attempt. And here you see what I was saying about the two arms around the waist rather than one underhooking under the arms. So good round there. I would maybe edge towards Dmitriy Yakovlev coming forward in that round. The stats showing there for the total fight. More, again, thrown by Yakovlev, but more landed by Yuldashev. So I think maybe on paper 1 round each for Yuldashev versus Yakovlev as we move into round number 3. But again, if you're watching at home on the Clash TV app, clapping for your favourite fighters, score the fights and let us know your opinions. You're watching MMA Series 15, Time of New Heroes. This is a round number 3. Yuldashev, blue corner, Yakovlev, red. Nice spinning hook kick to start the fight, start round. Finishes the takedown, but again, Yakovlev manages to pull the guard. See there, Yuldashev was working the arm underneath the back of Yakovlev, trying to take out one of the arms. Makes it very difficult from underneath to defend. But he managed to get that arms back round, and again we see this full guard, locked feet together, and the overhooks stopping any movement or any work from Yuldashev in the guard. I'd like to see Yakovlev start to work the legs up and look for the armbars. We saw a really nice armbar at the start of the second round, sorry. I'd like to see more than that rather than sitting in this sort of closed position. I don't think the referee's going to have this for very long. So let's have a look. As we have a break in the action at home on the Clash TV, you have Yakovlev 1,463 to Yuldashev's 741, which is fairly similar to how I have it. And again, it goes back to how I've discussed on previous events that the scoring of a whole fight can be different to the round scoring, where I maybe have these guys 1 round each. But I think as an overall, Yuldashev has definitely been dominating the fight. I had a question who I think is going to take the 3rd round. I do think the accuracy, the better work, as a consistent over the whole fight, has come from Islambek Yuldashev, and I do think that this is going to be a win for him. But we've seen the danger from Yakovlev. I think if there's going to be a finish, it possibly could be from a submission from Yakovlev, but I think we are looking at a dominant points win from Islambek Yuldashev. But you've seen from previous events how I have been proved wrong, as fighters can pull anything out, and the beauty of mixed martial arts is there's so many ways to win or lose a fight. At the moment, I think Yuldashev cruising towards a victory. Yakovlev not doing enough in that full guard when he's there. He can't rely on the referee to stand them back up to get out of this position. He needs to use the fence. He needs to start to work up on the fence. So little elbows there as he manages to use the push, little chop push elbow to free the arm up, and then look as he starts to posture up to the feet, and can he get some more power down. Again, as you do that though, this is where you leave yourself susceptible to submissions. I'd like to see these guys go for broke a little bit towards the end of this third round. Start to work the shots. As Yuldashev keeps getting back up to his feet, but can't get those arms clear for long enough to get any significant strikes in from this position. The arms clear, one shot, and then tied up again by Yakovlev. Looking at the stats here, Yuldashev controlling the ground. Nearly 60% of ground control from Yuldashev. You see he's doing it from inside this guard position. 1 minute left, third and final round. There's a bantamweight contest between Islambek Yuldashev and Dmitriy Yakovlev. Yakovlev, making his debut, is going to have a lot to look back on and work on. He's had some good success, some good stuff to look at, but also things he needs to work on. And for one is, for me, is from getting off his back in this position. A lot of times, don't close that guard. Maybe even let them pass to half guard, because from half guard, with your shoulders against the fence, it's much easier to turn onto your hip and start to use the fence to stand back up. Very different from working on a mat and working a submission wrestling game on a mat, where you want to be more likely in full guard than half guard. But MMA, you can let them pass to the half guard and then start to work up the fence. So both exchanging shots here now from this ground position. Difficult for Yakovlev to get any power into strikes from underneath the full guard. But that is the end of the fight. 3 rounds of action there from Islambek Yuldashev and Dmitriy Yakovlev. On the stats, more shots thrown by Yakovlev, more landed by Yuldashev. But it's not just that. The story of the fight was the takedowns, the ground control, and the accuracy standing from Yuldashev, which for me should win him a unanimous points decision. Guys at home on the Clash TV app, give us your opinions, score the fights, let us know how you saw that as we await the official decision.
Дамы и господа, во втором бою вечера единогласным решением судейства победу одержал боец из синего угла Islambek Yuldashev.
And there you go, a points win there for Islambek Yuldashev, who moves on to 2 wins out of 2. Dmitriy Yakovlev, lots to work on, some good successes, but back to the drawing board. Let's watch the replay of this bantamweight contest. That spinning hook kick to the head right on the button early on showed the timing and accuracy of Islambek Yuldashev. There you saw the left hand was landing clean. Not all his own ways, he got caught in the armbar here, but worked out. And the wrestling and control on the floor was certainly on his side. His counters, his takedowns, and the pickups, and the ground and pound control. A great points win for Islambek Yuldashev, unbeaten in 2.